Afternoon, or good evening, sorry. I'm happy to be able to call the Public Facilities, Recreation, and Infrastructure Commission meeting to order on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 at 6:32 p.m. We'll start off with the land acknowledgement. The Public Facilities, Recreation, and Infrastructure Commission acknowledges that the land on which we gather, and that is currently known as the City of West Hollywood, is the occupied, unceded, seized territory of the Gabrielanga Tongva and the Gabrielanga K'iche' peoples. Debbie, can you have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Cottrell,
Present.
Commissioner Carlos,
Here.
Commissioner Krishna,
Here.
Commissioner Rano. Let the record show Commissioner Rano is absent. Commissioner Rogers,
Here.
Vice Chair Jackson,
Here.
and Chair Payton.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Wonderful, thank you. And now Vice Chair Jackson's going to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now it's the approval of the agenda. May I get a motion, please?
I motion that we approve the agenda.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Cottrell? Debbie, roll call, please.
Roll call vote. Commissioner Cottrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlos,
Yes.
Commissioner Krishna,
Yes.
Commissioner Rogers,
Yes.
Vice Chair Jackson, Chair Payton.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you. Rolling on, number 4, approval of the minutes. Another motion, please.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call.
Commissioner Cottrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlos,
Yes.
Commissioner Krishna,
Yes.
Commissioner Rogers,
Yes.
Vice Chair Jackson,
Yes.
Chair Payton.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you. Number 5, public comment. Do we have any, folks?
None.
Okay, thank you. And then number 6, consent calendar is none. Public hearings is none. And now on to new business. Item A is the Plummer Park Community Center roof replacement. I think we have a staff presentation from Kevin.
Correct. Kevin Trudeau, our Facilities and Field Services Division Superintendent, is going to provide a presentation.
Thank you.
Good evening. As Helen said, my name is Kevin Trudeau. I'm the Building Maintenance Superintendent. I'm here tonight to talk to you about the roof at Plummer Park Community Center. Staff is going to make a recommendation, and we're looking for approval to move forward with our recommendation. The Plummer Park Community Center roof was installed in the year 2000, as part of the building renovation expansion project. The roof actually has two types of roofing systems. We have a steep slope and a low slope roof. Talk to you about a little bit about both of those in a second here. In September of 2024, we hired a consultant to come out and survey the roof. It's independent roofing consultants. They came out and did a survey of the roof and submitted a report. In the report, they found that both roofs were in very poor condition and in need of being replaced. One of the problems is that the existing roofing material is no longer available, so staff has looked into, and we're going to make recommendations on a roofing material that could be installed. The existing steep slope roof is a aluminum foil backed bitumen roof system, and then the low slope or the flat roofs is a mineral backed bitumen roof system as well. So again, two types of roofing systems. Staff, doing some research, we looked into different roofing materials. Staff is recommending we install it's a Sarnafil Decor PVC style roof at both locations. A lot of it's based on aesthetics. The other two is one's a asphalt shingle and the other one's a concrete shingle. All three systems meet the energy requirements for Energy Star. Staff is basically recommending the PVC roof because of the appearance. It most closely will mimic and it most closely matches the existing roofing system. We didn't want to change the appearance too much. Again, they're all three Energy Star rated, and they all three come with a 20-year warranty. The slide that's up there now is a picture of the existing roof. That's the aluminum backed roofing material. You could kind of see the three flat locations in the background. Again, that's a mineral backed material, so it's a little gravel sand basically. And maybe Helen goes to the next slide. This is a picture or a rendering of what the PVC roof would look like. Couple different angles. Again, these are just renderings. And then the next one is the asphalt tile. Again, a couple different angles to look at. And that one is the concrete tile. So those are basically the three options that we came up with. Again, staff is recommending the PVC, mainly because of appearance. Otherwise, they all kind of have the same warranties, the same. Well, one other advantage of the PVC is we feel it's going to be easier to maintain in the long run, and it's a little easier to install. So anyway, I would just open it up if you have any questions.
Commissioner Carlos?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the presentation, Kevin. I do have a question. As you know, Plummer Park is in the process of a comprehensive improvement plan. Excuse me. And could the design changes that come out of this the Plummer Park visioning, could they impact the design of the community center and a roof? So if we have 3 more good years on the roof, could it be prudent to wait until we see if there are any design changes?
Based on the recommendations from the consultant and our personal observations and experience of the roof, we need to replace this roof sooner rather than later. It's definitely near the end of its life cycle. The roof's, 25 years old, and it's really only a 20-year roof, so we've actually got a few extra years of service out of it. And then as far as the design, I'm not in the commission, but I wouldn't anticipate that the design of the community center would possibly change. So it's our understanding that this roof best matches the architect elements of the existing building.
And to your point, if there was a change that would take place with the community center, we would see that probably it's going to be not several years, but it's going to be some years down the road. And our goal is to protect the asset. So we feel that it's more important to replace a new roof now, because not only are we protecting the roof, we're also protecting what's inside the building to make sure we don't get mold and to make sure we don't get damage and things like that. So we feel that it's pertinent for us to move forward now, because the damage we could sustain without replacing the roof would far exceed any cost it would be to make changes to the building in the future, if that was the desire. Because any project would be anywhere probably 3 to 5 years out, if not more. So you make a good point, but I think that if we've kind of done that over the last several years. We've kind of stalled making improvements or making changes, like to Great Hall, Long Hall, Fiesta Hall, waiting on a project. And unfortunately, those projects haven't come, and now we're in the point where it's almost an emergency to start doing replacements. So that's kind of why we feel at this point it's good to just move forward with the roof. If there is some changes in the future, I'm sure that it wouldn't be the entire building possibly, then, so we would still have the benefit of a new roof in the majority of the building.
And then to that point, regarding the price of the different roof systems, is there an appreciable difference between the PVC roof and the other two shake roofs?
Our initial research shows that there's not much difference. The material on the PVC roof is probably a little more expensive, but the labor's less, so it kind of balances itself out. The labor to install this roof is much less than installing a shingle roof. As you can imagine, the individual shingles versus big rolls, right? So it's our initial assessment that it's relatively equal.
Okay. Good. Those are my questions, Chair. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I have one question. So moving forward, with whatever roof is decided on to be replaced at, will all the roofs in Plummer Park get that same design?
Actually, no. The other roofs in the park are Fiesta Hall and the Long Hall Great Hall. Both of those buildings are historic resources, so they have to, when we replace those roofs, they have to match existing. So there'll be the terracotta tiles on those roofs.
And we are moving forward with those as well. Kevin's team is in the process of getting all the specifications for replacing those roofs, and then going through what we call a certificate of appropriateness through the HPC to come in and replace the roofs. We're working with a historic consultant to get that work done now. That's a long process, and Kevin and them have been working on it, but you'll be seeing a lot of activity going on in Plummer Park to continue to maintain those facilities, because as I'd mentioned, we kind of stalled making improvements over the years because initially it was the first project, and then it was like, we are going to do something. Granted, we now are in a visioning process, and I foresee that moving forward, but we've kind of deferred maintenance, capital maintenance on a lot of our facilities over there. So now we're starting this. The council gave us, as you recall, some money a couple years ago to get that started. So we're starting to do that throughout the park.
I want to make sure, too, we stated for the record that Commissioner Rano arrived. I don't know if I need... Okay, thank you. Awesome. Any other questions? Thank you. Commissioner Rogers?
Thank you for the presentation. I was just wondering if there was a difference in lifespan between the three materials on average?
All three are considered 20-year roofs.
Okay.
Yeah, and they all have again, we're looking at the style right now. We haven't chosen the exact material. We'll do that after we chose the style. And then, but our direction to our consultant that's designing the specifications is to look for a 20-year roof with a 20-year warranty.
Okay. And so I guess I'm confused because I thought it was the asphalt, concrete, and PVC, which
So yeah, you're right. There's three
Okay.
roofing systems. It's either the PVC roofing system,
Okay.
the asphalt tile roofing system, or the concrete tile roofing system.
Okay.
And they all three we're looking for the same warranty on each of those.
Okay. And then did the PVC, the one that y'all are recommending, did it have any other benefits other than easier to maintain and install? Like whenever the fires were coming around, I remember talking about roofing systems being, some of them had.
So it has some fire retardancy.
Yes.
It's lighter.
Okay.
So it's less weight on the roof. It's reflective. So it's a lighter color. So the idea is it'll reflect the sun rays and help reduce the heat load, and runs the air conditioning less, so it helps save energy. We believe maintenance will be easier. Maintenance and repairs long term will be easier. And then also, it just, our research shows it's just a more durable, more modern material.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you for the presentation.
All right, thank you.
Somewhat of a follow-up to that, if there's just any other environmental factors to weigh in. I like that, I won't make my comment now. Any other environmental factors, please?
You know what? Go ahead, Helen.
All the roofs have to meet the current standards,
Yeah.
so I think they're all required to have the same level of energy efficiency, so I think that's, I mean, lighter roofs, like Kevin said, of course, probably will not bring as big of a heat load, but I think they all still have to have that, what we call that white roof quality, in the sense of it's got to be energy efficient, so.
Okay, thank you. With no further questions then, do we have any public comment on this?
No, we do not.
Okay, then we have discussion time. Any comments, discussion from the group?
This is just a fast one. Then, in that respect, I do agree with staff's recommendation that aesthetically, it's the perfect match, the roof, as opposed to the shingle roof. And so for those reasons, I would vote for the PVC roof. Should we make a motion?
I second it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Just make sure we're not jumping totally ahead. Okay, perfect. So you would like, Commissioner Carlos, you wanted to make the motion?
Sure.
And then Commissioner Rano, you wanted a second? Okay, please state it.
Okay, so
Thank you.
I move that we accept staff's recommendation to replace the existing roof at Plummer Park Community Center with option 1, the Sarnafil Decor PVC roof system.
I
Thank
second
you.
it.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call vote. Commissioner Cottrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlos?
Yes.
Commissioner Krishna?
Yes.
Commissioner Rano?
Yes.
Commissioner Rogers?
Yes.
Vice Chair Jackson?
Yes.
And Chair Payton?
Yes,
Okay, the motion passes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much.
Kevin. All right, new business item B, update the commission's subcommittee roster. And I think, Erin, you're leading us in this, please.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. So every year after the election, we look at the commission subcommittee roster and change any appointments that have been made from the previous year. So that should anyone want to try a different subcommittee, maybe you're worn out from your existing subcommittee, jokes aside, but we also do have a new Commissioner Cottrell, and we have no vacancies right now on any available seats. So maybe we start by talking about if anybody would like to give up a seat, and also see if Commissioner Cottrell has any interest in any of these subcommittees. I did remove any subcommittees that have closed out to date. And just as a note, the LGBTQ plus suicide memorial is almost done. So we're going to be providing that final staff report to City Council, and then that one's going to close out. So that one I wouldn't recommend really changing at this point. So,
Thank you.
yes.
Any questions for Erin?
I do actually have one question for Commissioner Krishna. Do you want to stay the liaison for the Transportation Mobility Commission?
I've been to a couple meetings, but nothing has really come of it to the
Okay.
extent that the commission feels I should continue. I'm happy to,
Okay.
however.
You can stay there. Just for everyone's knowledge, the liaison appointments are self-selective. So if there is another body, another city official body, like another commission or advisory board, if you're interested in their work, you would like to attend their meetings, track what's going on, and come back to the commission to tell us about it, you're totally welcome to do that. The only thing you're not able to do as a liaison is to present on behalf of the commission until you get the commission's approval to present information.
Thank you. I just want to make sure for public comment, this wasn't for this item, right? This is for number 12. Okay, I wanted to make sure. Thank you. And, okay, let's hear from folks. Who wants to stay on what? Where's there room to move?
I would like
Commissioner Cottrell, what are you thinking?
It's a little dance. I guess my thought is there, some of the things I think I might be better placements would be numbers related things or, yeah, maybe more on that front.
I'm sorry, I'm what related?
If something is more numbers related,
Numbers,
like
I
if there's
gotcha.
number crunching involved.
Okay.
But yeah.
I was just going to say that that's the one committee that I really enjoy being on. So
Yeah,
I would
I
like to, I think the both of us come with the operations background, so would like to stay on budget as well.
Okay. Anybody
Also
on
just-
budget besides Commissioner Krishna who would like to switch out for possibly Commissioner Cottrell?
That's the fun one, I guess.
No pressure. And while we're just talking about it openly, no, also the other one that piqued my interest was green.
Greening.
Oh,
Oh, the greening.
But
which we
really,
haven't actually met on that ever.
We don't
No,
really
year-
have
years
a lot
ago.
of meetings on that subcommittee.
Oh, I'll do
Right.
that one then.
I don't think we've had one since I've been on the commission.
I think it's been about 4 years.
Wow.
Should we keep it?
You know, I was talking, so we have a new manager, and I think that maybe in the future when we review some of the policies, that'll be a good time to really look at
Okay.
what's established.
And that is one of the few that I think it's a standing committee. It was created by the council. So we would have to go back to council to remove it.
It seems that greenery and stuff is part of our purview, and we should have meetings or be a part of that.
And we have had meetings in the past. And this evening, actually, one of the items that's coming before the commission this evening is something that the Greening Commission committee had, and then in turn, we just said, we'll go ahead and move forward with it. But, I mean, there are going to be opportunities moving forward for the Greening Committee to have meetings, I'm sure. We can figure something out if we want to rejuvenate that committee, or maybe even look at what the committee is supposed to be doing and see if that's what we need to go back to council for, to say we need to make some changes to the committee, but also still keep it. That's something we could look at as well.
Then I'm hearing an opening then for Commissioner Cottrell to join that commission.
Yes,
Or that
of
subcommittee.
course.
And I think that the perspective of the city has changed a little too. Like, you know, the business of this commission is as a full commission. So the subcommittees, you know, can't replace all of the work. So it's really for when there's smaller, you know, more in-depth work, like our active Kings Road Park visioning subcommittee to plan around something. And we haven't had a lot of green planning projects.
Actually, though, we do have a greening opportunity coming up. And I'm sorry, we haven't introduced Philip yet. Philip is the new manager. Philip Ticoon is our new Facilities and Field Services Division Manager. He's here this evening with us. I don't know if you want to explain what we're going to be doing down here on Ashcroft and San Vicente. And that could be an opportunity for the Greening Committee to get involved and assist with that particular project.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Phil Tycoon. I'm the new facilities manager. So the topic that we're currently looking at is, as Helen mentioned, on San Vicente. So it seems that over the years, one of the residents has taken over the right-of-way. So there's bushes, hedges, there's rose bushes also that aren't compliant with our current municipal code. So we've reached out to the resident and talked about removing that, and they're in agreement with the removal. So as of right now, we're reaching out to our landscape contractor to see what it would take to clear and grub the area. So just remove all the bushes, all the hedges that are non-compliant, and then try to beautify that area. So right now it's very preliminary. We just met with the resident. It seems like they're in agreement with redeveloping that area. So at our next meeting, I can actually present that and kind of provide some choices of what we can do to that area.
Excuse me, sorry, where exactly is that?
It's San Vicente and,
It's a little,
is it?
little cul-de-sac,
Okay.
right there.
So this may be an opportunity for the Greening Committee to meet before our next meeting and discuss that. It is a Brown Act committee, so we would have to publish it. But it would be an opportunity for the Greening Committee to meet and give their input once staff is able to get a little information on it. So,
And I apologize, I'm sorry, I did not see that Commissioner Rogers was on that, so that is technically full right now.
I can step down from that.
Just, it's no, I can step down.
Yeah,
if you would like to do
either,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
so I heard Commissioner
Oh,
Krishna's going to step down.
From which one? I'm sorry.
From
Greening.
Greening.
From Greening? Okay.
So Commissioner Cottrell can step in there.
Thank you.
Just know we're going to be having a meeting real soon.
You could, I would gladly give you Heritage Tree if you want to. So you can have two. They never meet, so.
I mean, you don't have to step down if you want to stay on it. I was just really just offering where I thought it could be a good fit, but really.
And,
Okay.
and just back to the purpose, so the subcommittees are gonna just meet and make a recommendation, but again, the full business happens here. So you're not gonna miss anything, because you'll be here for the presentation, any formal action, et cetera.
So I would say if everyone is happy on their subcommittees, there's no need to make any
should be
changes
online.
from my perspective.
Let me jump in, because we're just kind of like negotiating here. Number one, I would step down from the budget subcommittee so you could get on it, because I think you seem a perfect match. And also, I believe I was bumped from the Greening subcommittee, because I think maybe when I was chair that somehow I dropped out.
No, because chair, you were in the committee because you were chair.
But I think, you sure I wasn't in before?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, but still, so that stands. So
And I could bump from Kings Road if necessary too, if that's been. I know we're in the middle of that and Fountain, so I feel like I can't, it's way tricky to step out.
well, I'd like to be on the Greening subcommittee. I don't know if that's.
You want to be on Greening?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's.
And then
If Commissioner Cottrell is interested in budget, we could switch. So I'll put Commissioner Carlos on Greening. And then I'm going to put Commissioner Cottrell on budget. And Commissioner Krishna stepped away from Greening. So those are the changes I have so far.
Excellent.
is that complete?
And if you want Heritage Tree. I'm just saying, because they never meet. and
Then
you
we can all
two.
have two.
And we all have two.
Is that a yes?
I think Heritage Tree might not be the best match for me,
Okay.
but the budgeting sounds great.
Okay.
And you know what I think it was? I'm thinking back at the, when you were on Greening, I bet when you became chair, it created a vacancy. So we probably did fill it if you were previous. Sorry about that.
I just have one question. The Fountain Avenue's Streetscape Steering Committee, will the Plummer Park steer the new visioning committee, will that also appear here once that's decided? Got it.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
Okay.
that'll get added to this list once we get the formal solicitation to select delegates. Just like, actually next month, we're gonna have another delegate selection for a day of action in Sacramento. So everyone be thinking, the commission's gonna vote one person to attend for the day of action and then recommend an alternate should something conflict for the delegate. But yeah, anything new that happens over the year, it'll get added to the list.
Great.
Thank you.
Want to switch?
Field trip.
Can I be the primary and be the alternate for the fountain? 'Cause you have a lot.
Okay, so if those are all the changes,
I have one more.
okay, go for it.
For the Fountain Avenue Street Safe Steering, could the chair and I switch since she's on a lot of committees? She can be the alternate and I'll be the primary?
Of course, yeah, you want to do that?
We need to confirm if that committee's still active.
I
Okay.
did.
Is it?
Because
Okay.
there's phase 2 of that project, so I'll make that switch, thank you.
Because you're busy.
Okay, anything else?
I think that's good. Do we need to vote?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll call then, please.
A motion?
Oh, a motion, yes, sorry.
I motion to accept the changes.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call vote.
Oh,
Repeat the changes really quick. Just want to make sure I got it.
Yeah, so for the first one, budget, I have Commissioner Cottrell, Commissioner Krishna, and Commissioner Rano. For greening, I'll have Chair Payton, Commissioner Carlos, and Commissioner Rogers. And then the next change is I'm switching primary and alternate. So Vice Chair Jackson will be the primary, and Chair Payton will be the alternate for the Fountain Avenue Streetscape Steering Subcommittee.
That's good.
Okay, we're gonna do the roll call vote. Commissioner Cottrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlos.
Yes.
Commissioner Krishna.
Yes.
Commissioner Rano,
yes.
Commissioner Rogers.
Yes.
Vice Chair Jackson,
Yes.
and Chair Payton.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you. With that, we move to item number 9, unfinished business. The final standard planting pallets for traffic circles and other traffic calming measures. And we have a staff presentation from Sam.
Yes, Sam Estrada, our supervisor for urban forest and landscape, is here this evening to provide your presentation.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Sam Estrada. I guess in May of 2025, the commission requested the staff to develop 2 standardized planning palettes for approval, and those are for the traffic circles that we currently have throughout town. I believe it's 9 in total. So we did develop 2 planting palettes. Each one consists of 6 plants. They are different in terms of what they offer. So one is a little more formal, that consists of, well, both pallets have the plant that we actually needed to plant, which was the pollinator for our butterflies, right? Which is currently the narrow leaf milkweed. So we were very specific to plant the majority of that plant. Everything else pretty much is a companion. So both pallets have that plant in it with 5 companion plants on each one. So the first palette is a little more on the woody side. It definitely has more blend of natives and non-native cultivars. So it's a longer bloom, more blooms, more color, and form. So that's it. There's an even distribution of plants there. I think I have about 20 plants in each palette. That being said, our other palette, palette 2, has it's a simpler, much more elegant one. It's mostly consists of the salvia, the purple salvia that we see everywhere. It's the softer approach. The other palette is a little more woody. So I kind of want to give people 2 distinct examples of plant materials. Both of them are, well, all the plants are available at your local nursery, which is something that I also really wanted to incorporate here. These are things that you can actually just take home. So they are demonstration gardens to some degree, in my opinion. So that's something that we wanted to display to the public. 2 very different palettes, right? Like I said, the one that currently has the purple salvia, that's just a little more on the softer side and has a little pops of orange and yellow, as opposed to the first palette. just has every color imaginable. So it just is a host of wider variety of species at different stages of life. So that's pretty much it. I have those 2 pallets. I also have a list of companion plants, just in case 1 or 2 of those plants aren't available at the moment. So they are all suitable replacements and can be changed as needed, I guess, in terms of what's available. So each roundabout or traffic circle is going to have approximately about 20 plants in there. Obviously, the most important one is going to be the narrow leaf milkweed, because that's what we're trying to really highlight, and everything else is really just going to be a companion plant. But those are our 2 basic pallets there that we're hoping that you guys adopt and allow us to move forward and start planning citywide. Any questions?
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, and just a quick note, the way this originated in regards to the pallets, and Commissioner Carlos probably will remember this, is that several years ago they put in, I think, a handful of roundabouts on the west side over here, and we were kind of brought in after the fact. Facility was kind of brought in after the fact. There's no irrigation in those particular roundabouts, and we were brought in after the fact to plant stuff. But unfortunately, during the process when they were talking about putting the roundabouts in, the community was sold those community felt like they didn't get input on what would be planted there. So what we decided to do, instead of every single roundabout gets its own palette based on the neighborhood, that we would go ahead and develop these palettes, so as we start to put in more roundabouts and we go to community meetings, we could say, these are the palettes, which one do you want in your particular roundabout in your neighborhood? So that's kind of how this all started, and now I think it's at the point now where we're trying to standardize even what we have out there already. So it's kind of evolved a little bit, but it also still will serve as the palette that'll be used for any future planting, any future roundabouts, so that if we're in a community meeting, we'll be working with our folks in the transportation section and let them know, when you go out and present on the roundabouts, please have them pick one of these 2 palettes. So that way we won't have that disconnect where the community's mad at us for something we weren't even aware that we were going to do. So that's kind of how this all evolved. And it happened several years ago. This was before COVID even. So we've mended fences. But so that's kind of just to give you a little history. And Sam may not be aware of that because I don't even think he was on board yet. But that's kind of where all this started. So.
Thank you for that. Any other questions?
Quick question. Oh, sorry. In my neighborhood, in the roundabouts, there's a big tree in the middle with other, plants around it. Are there plans to have trees in any of these, or is just all these?
Not in the smaller roundabouts, no.
Got it.
We've talked to our traffic engineer, Richard Carlos, and he's not a big fan of trees because they do cause visibility issues, especially in the I think the ones that we're talking about on this side are 9 feet in diameter. So it depends on the size of the roundabout, but also it becomes a target. Not a target necessarily, but trees tend to get, people will drive up in the roundabouts quite often. So, it doesn't bode well for the trees. The ones where we do have them over on the east side, northeast side of the city, they've fared well, but those are a little bit bigger and they're more established. So we're not looking to put in trees unless it's a really large roundabout.
Great. And then I just have one more comment to make. I'm obsessed with this apricot mallow. It's beautiful.
I just have a question about the supplemental water for pallet number 1. If there's no irrigation system, what's the process to actually get those watered?
We're having those watered by our landscape contractor on a weekly basis, and we're hand watering all of them. And those, I actually have these 2 pallets planted now, and they're thriving just based on the water that we give them by a bucket truck, literally. So they're great. They're doing very well, and I'm actually glad and proud to present these because they are actually doing better than I thought. So I think they're great candidates for our traffic circles. So.
Thank you, Sam and staff, for doing a deep dive on this plant material. These are small spaces, these little traffic circles, but they're really important for greening up West Hollywood and providing plants for pollinators and wildlife. So thank you for that. I do have a couple questions. Where it says there are other traffic calming measures where we have landscaping, what are those? Besides the traffic circles, what are the other traffic calming measures that have landscaping? Just to know.
I think right now it is just the traffic circles. We do have the medians are kind of considered that, so we do have some medians that are a little bit smaller, but I think our goal is as we put in other traffic calming measures that aren't roundabouts or something, that we would maintain this palette.
We're ready to go. All right.
Sorry, I have an answer to that. It's the bump outs.
The bulb outs.
Yeah, the bulb outs that are going in more frequently. Those
Like on
can
Melrose
have.
Avenue?
Yeah, that could also take on these.
Good, that's great, thank you. Aaron. So Sam, are you recommending six different species for every traffic circle? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, a good mix, and that's why I also gave the suggested companion plants, just in case one of those 6 isn't available at the moment, because that does happen on occasion. We would be able to choose from one of those, but a variety of 6 plants per pallet is ideal, and that's what we're looking for, to give us the variety that we need for different stages of the pollinators we're trying to attract.
A question about these proposed companion plants. Are they like kind of one-to-one or several of them in groups where, like, if this one's missing, we would replace it with a particular set of the companion plants?
Well, right now, for instance, I can't find the apricot mallow, right? So it's just funny. So I would get whatever, if there was 2 for that palette, I would switch it out with 2 from the companion plant.
But is it a particular, like, if the apricot mallow specifically is missing, is it, you just pick any, like, will you go for the wild buckwheat or will you go for
I'd probably go for
mallow?
something that grew in a similar style, right? Similar size. I didn't want
Or color?
color. Yeah, all of those factors kind of go into it, which is why I have a few of them to choose from, right? Some are low growing, some are taller, some are a little more on the viney side. So it just gives me a good little extra plate to pull from, just in case I need to, due to the fact that not all these plants are readily available at any given time. Planting season is coming up, so they're in abundance now, but that's not always the case. So I'm just looking for a little bit of space to be able to work with. You know, these are organic, right? And so we just need to make sure that they are readily available, and if they're not, we have something to choose from. So.
I just want to add quickly, I love the mix-up of the colors that you incorporated in both palettes, and obviously if you have to find something from the companion list, that you would also just not repeat a color and pick something that complements
Correct.
what you already have.
I would have loved to have got a much bigger companion plant list, but I really needed to kind of keep it focused and just, I mean, because we can go for days.
Sure.
But I really just needed to present something that was palatable for everyone, right? And that we can kind of just agree to the point is to get it standardized, and that's what we're trying to do here. So.
Thank you. Vice Chair Jackson?
Yeah, I just have a question or a comment. These plants are non-toxic to like pets? Because you know people and
yeah,
their
so
pets
these are
go in
actually in traffic circles, and I mean every plant to some degree it's how you view it. It's edible, it's not. You can make a tea out of it, you know. But I wouldn't go eating anything, and I would just really watch my pet.
Exactly. It's like, do we find that in the ones that are existing right now that it's being trampled by animals or?
No. So where these traffic circles are actually placed, they're right in the middle of the street. So really, no one should be there. There is no crosswalk to get to them. There is really, they're inaccessible to they should be. Now, no one really should be walking in them.
I mean, because the planters in my neighborhood, they're around that one, but it's bigger, so.
Yeah, well, these aren't meant to be accessible to the public, just being that
They're in
cars
busy.
literally going around the traffic circle. So we hope really no one finds themselves in there.
We do have the milkweed and some pollinator plants over at Romaine, and they tend to grow like a bush almost. So dogs don't tend to go into those as much. They don't trample them as much as low-lying flowers and things like that. I don't know how some of these others would fare, but I know, for example, the milkweed we haven't had an issue with. We do have that planted in the parkway at Romaine. And that's the great thing. If we do end up planting them in a bulb out or something, and they don't do well there, then we have the other companion plants that we could look at replacing them with, because we realize that they don't. And this could be ever evolving. I mean, we could come back in a couple of years and say, we need to reevaluate this plant palette and go in a different direction. So it's almost like a living document in the sense that we're bringing it to you now, but what we may want to do in the future could be something different. But to your point, I mean, milkweed is toxic. That's why people stopped planting it in California. And that's why they had to push to bring it back for the butterflies, is because it's a noxious weed, technically. But you would have to eat a lot of it to get sick. So it's kind of that, cows, they keep it away from cows and things like that. But trying to find a plant that doesn't have issues is difficult. We try to minimize it, and then when we do know we have plants that have issues, then like Sam said, these are going in a roundabout, and we evaluate each location. We wouldn't put these probably in a park. We have not pushed to put any milkweed in a park. We push to put them in areas where we don't have a lot of kids, and if you do have dog traffic, that they're planted in a manner that it doesn't really impact that. But it is a good point, Commissioner Jackson, yeah.
Thank you. Commissioner Rogers, did you have a question?
One, I'm brought back to when I was getting married and I was given 2 options for everything, which was very nice. So I love this idea to just be like, do you want 1 or 2? But just thinking about what if you bring these options to the community and everyone chooses palette 1 or palette 2? Are these equal in cost and maintenance? Like, are we going to throw our budget if everyone picks palette 2?
Not at all. Fairly affordable. If we keep it to, like I said, 20 plants, I mean, it's totally doable.
So
there is not a significant difference in the plant material. It's about...
There's good value.
Yeah.
So both are, it wouldn't matter if every single community meeting they were like, we want 2 instead of 1.
But then we get into this, it's all the same, right? And what we're trying to do is mix it up.
Diversify, right?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyway, I think it's smart to come up with standardized palettes.
Thank you. Yes, Commissioner Carlos.
So this is a question for Sam and staff. Are you planning at all for any plantings or updates to the large Rosewood Circle roundabout?
At the moment, I have no plans to do anything with the large one on Rosewood for...
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be a great opportunity because it is a traffic circle. And to do some groupings, if it's possible. It's a very low traffic space. A few groupings around the rocks or something. It might be a great time because Rosewood Circle, it's kind of like in a no man's land there in respect that you did some updates a couple of years ago. They took out some trees, put in some Palo Verdes, took out the grass, put in the Diamondia, and put in some boulders. So, but it's still in the middle, you have the boxwoods and the roses. So it's kind of like 2 different worlds happening there. So it does need some TLC. The ground cover is looking bad, and I think some ornamental grasses and some, just a few little plantings I think would freshen it up.
That would be a good item for the greening committee agenda.
Very good.
So on that one, we do get a lot of foot traffic in that one. So in relation to being accessible to the public.
Well, more than the small ones.
Correct.
But I kind of live walking distance from there, and there's really not a lot of traffic in that part.
So honestly, that we have 9 traffic circles that are I'd say could probably use a little more help before the rosewood one, right? So what I'm trying to get is a palette for the ones that aren't looking in the best shape, right? So we're going to go to the worst first and start, if you approve these palettes, we're going to start going to the worst roundabouts that we currently have out there and start refreshing those as, as the material that's there starts to go away. Instead of replanting there, we're going to just stick to the palettes that you approve of, if you indeed approve them. So.
Okay. And then speaking of the Salvia leucantha, yeah, I'm sure you've been by the traffic circle at Westbourne recently, and it's completely taken over the whole.
Yeah.
So it's just like one species, one plant. So I think we need to be careful about that. Certain plants have a tendency to want to take over, very vigorous, and will take over. So, I like Salvia leucantha, but maybe not so many. Right. So we might have to be careful about that. And I like the idea of having a low ground cover that kind of anchors each of our traffic circles, and then the larger shrubs in addition to that.
Like the apricot mallow.
Maybe, or like the ceanothus, the two different types you have.
Tiers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Please, Commissioner Archer.
Question is, when this is presented to a community, Palette 1 versus Palette 2, do they see what we're seeing now, where they see here's the palette, but then here's the companion palette, like the plants that we would replace if you don't get this, like Captain Crunch is not available, so you get discount Captain Crunch, from Amazon Fresh.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
Okay, sorry.
No, I got you. I think I got your question. We have not done this with the public yet, but I think our approach would be this is the basic palette, but keep in mind that if these plants aren't available, then staff would have the discretion to replace as needed.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. I have a question in regard to going to the public as well for the choices. Is it ideal for there to be a mix? And if so, how close are the locations to one another of these roundabouts? Like, does it benefit from having more crossover or differences in the plants and the flowers? Do you want all of option 1 all in one area, or would you rather have 1 and 2?
The mix, and that's why, it's what the public wants, right?
But
But
that's why I'm
ideally,
asking.
I would want a mix. So if we have 3, because I think we have 3 on Almont, 3 on West, 3 on Rosewood, and 3 on Sherwood, I would like an even mix.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
if we're going to the public and we really have an idea of what we already want,
Yeah,
then
I would
is
like
it
a
really...
mix on each one. So for instance, 2 and 1, 3, 1 and 2, or however, but just I would not like all 3 of one
Right.
palette on one street.
Yeah,
So-
and I think the intention of going to the public, and we may, as part of the greening, bring these palettes to the greening committee and say, okay, these are the circles that we currently have, and allow the public to come in and make comment from the neighborhoods if they want to, because they didn't get the opportunity to do so when the circles were put in. But the goal here is to have these palettes for future traffic. The situation that happened on the west side here, like I said, happened where we didn't have anything in place, then we planted some stuff, and other promises were made. So I think we could potentially bring this to the greening committee, since they are a Brown Acted committee, let the residents in the area know that we're going to discuss this, but if we don't get a lot of public input, then in turn, staff would make a recommendation what we should put in each circle.
Okay, thank you. With that, no further, please.
I was just going to add to that. Would it be beneficial to recommend at the onset, which palettes we're planning on, say, this given street, so that they have a visual from the beginning? Because if they see there's not that much of a difference, they're both perfectly colorful and they're very vibrant and stuff. If they saw that we already recommended the variety from one corner to the other, they might just automatically go for it, as opposed to saying, well, which one do you want? And then find yourself having to talk them out of having all 3 of the same and on the same street or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we would most likely come with recommendations.
That'd be
Because
great.
some of them are already planted, so we would come and say, maybe, some of them are already planted with some of these plants. So we would say this one's already planted in this fashion, and we would recommend just keeping that, or, and see what kind of input we would get from the community.
All right, I don't see any other questions. Are there any public comments on this? No public comments? Thank you. Discussion, please? Any other discussion? We're ready for a motion?
Okay. And I move that we adopt the 2 standardized planting palettes for traffic circles and other traffic calming measures that include landscaping throughout the city.
I'll second.
Thank you, and a vote, please.
Okay, Commissioner Cottrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlos?
Yes.
Commissioner Krishna?
Yes.
Commissioner Ranyo?
Yes for apricot mallow.
Commissioner Rogers?
Yes.
Vice Chair Jackson?
Yes.
And Chair Payton?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. With that, we move on to item number 10, excluded consent calendar, which there is none. And then item 11 is items from staff.
Don't have any items from staff. I don't know, Philip, we've already introduced Philip, so I don't know if you have any items you wanted, or I'm sorry, Clavon wanted to. Okay, come on up. Stephanie is under the weather. She's not here this evening. That's why she's not here this evening.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. I'm Clavon Drury. I'm the Senior Recreation Supervisor for the Record Service Division, and I'm filling in for Stephanie Martinez today. I have a few updates. Aquatics is increasing their program by adding Saturday swim lessons this fall. We've also purchased some new fitness equipment to improve and diversify our water fitness classes. On the park side, we're doing our West Hollywood Tour and Food Drive, which is starting now. The city of West Hollywood and the Sheriff's Station are partnered to help give back to those in need this holiday season. The 36th annual West Hollywood Tour and Food Drive will be accepting donations until Friday, December 19th. For the past 3 decades, we've been generous to get donations from local businesses and individuals to help provide for countless local families with food, gifts, in the spirit of the holiday season. You can donate online by going to weho.org/toy drive, or you can also mail checks to City Hall at 8300 Santa Monica Boulevard, and just put attention on their toy drive. We're also doing our Veterans Day ceremony this year on November 11th. It's a Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Sal Garriello Veterans Memorial. There will be snacks and refreshments there. The event is free, and parking will be down at the Kings Road parking structure or along Santa Monica Boulevard. The City of West Hollywood invites community members to join city officials, staff, and members, and representatives from West Hollywood Sheriff's Station and Los Angeles County Fire Department and honor our local veterans. Just a few more things here. We're also hosting our Winter Wonderland event on Saturday, December 13th at West Hollywood Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's a free event. Step into the magic of our season with our Winter Wonderland at West Hollywood Park. There will be a holiday cheer there featuring an ice skating rink, dazzling snowfall, festive activities, and crafty creations. And then our big event for the winter is our WeHo Winter Ice Rink, which is happening at West Hollywood Park on December 1st through December 21st. Tickets will go on sale later this month. Hope to see you and your friends and family at this amazing event. And our last update is we are updating our recreation software management system. So we're updating ActiveNet for those that are familiar with it. So we're in the beginning processes of that process, and so we're doing gathering some feedback from the community by conducting in-person surveys, an online survey, and doing doing 4 community focus groups. The survey and focus groups will help us identify the priorities and needs of our participants, and we'll use that data to shape how we select our next vendor. Please be on the lookout for in your email for a link to the survey and how you can be a part of the focus groups. Any questions?
Is it only questions about the things you commented, or just about anything rec?
Anything rec, I can.
Okay. I think we just got notification this afternoon for swim lessons are canceled on October 26th because of the pumpkin bobbing.
Yes, we're doing our pumpkin floating patch on the 26th.
So is there any chance, if there's any openings on Saturday, you can notify people that were canceled?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. Commissioners?
I couldn't remember. What are the age restrictions for the ice rink?
The ice rink is I think it's 5 years and up for those that skate with their parents.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have 2 items to share as well from staff. Actually 3. So first is we delivered T-shirts today from the Urban Design and Architecture Studio. Those are for proudly wearing around the city to represent the Plummer Park Comprehensive Project. So Rick is bummed out he couldn't be here tonight, but hopes that you like your T-shirts. And please email me if you got the wrong size. Next, this is October, so Halloween's coming to town. We hope that you enjoy the carnival, and so just wanted to say it's going to take place on Friday this year, on October 31st from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Our team will be dutifully out there making sure it's clean and safe. And then next, my final update is UDAS, the Urban Design and Architecture Studio, would like to invite all of you, just as a mark your calendar, that the AIDS Monument ribbon cutting will take place on November 16th. So there'll be more information to share later, but you can note that down. And that's all my updates.
Is there a time for that event?
I don't have a time yet, but it's on that date.
It's early evening, I believe, but we can get you the exact time. And it's going to start at the PDC and then move over here for as they turn on the lights.
Great.
Quick question about Halloween. How long are the streets going to be closed? Do we know that at this time?
The streets, I'm not sure exactly what time they close off the top of my head. We just had a meeting about it today. Actually, Philip might have it with him. Yeah, we'll get that for you. And then they usually open up, they should be opening on Saturday morning, probably around 4 or 5 a.m. We'll probably get them open at 4 or 5, give or take. But we'll let you know. I think they're closing probably San Vicente, I think, closes 12 a.m. on the 31st. And then I think Santa Monica closes usually a little bit later. Phillips, I think, has that. We had our meeting today, so. Oh, here we go. So San Vicente, from Melrose to Santa Monica closes at 12:01 actually on the 31st. Santa Monica, Holloway Drive, from Holloway Drive to Croft, to Doheny, well, Santa Monica, yeah, closes at 10 a.m. on Friday. And then La Cienega to Willoughby closes, this is really hard to read, isn't it?
There's actually, if everyone goes to www.weho.org/Halloween, all of the street closures are online. So there's
Fantastic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them listed.
Yeah, and basically everything closes at 10 a.m. Except for San Vicente, which closes at 12 a.m. And then everything should be back open by 7 a.m. is the deadline, but usually we're done before then. San Vicente usually takes a little bit longer to get open, so.
Great. Any other questions for staff? Wonderful. Item number 12, public comment. We have Max Oswald. Welcome. Oh, sorry. One question. It's time is set aside for the public to address the commission on any item of interest within the subject matter jurisdiction of the commission that cannot be heard under the public comment item at the beginning of the meeting. You will have 3 minutes. Thank you.
Fantastic. Good evening. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to the City of West Hollywood, Public Facilities Committee, the rec staff, and the facilities team. Thank you for all you do. I always like to do this at the end because the nerd in me enjoys like the minutia of running this, and you guys do a fantastic job. So thank you all for all that you do. I'm from Tenacity. We run the tennis and pickleball for the city here upstairs and at Plummer Park. Wanted to give you some updates. I haven't seen you. Some of you I see frequently. Some of you I haven't seen here in a meeting in a few months. So I thought I'd pop in and say hi and give some updates. And we obviously have our ear to the ground for a lot of issues and things that are happening within the parks. And we're dealing with a few different things and a few different updates. So I wanted to start with Plummer Park parking on Mondays has become a bit of an issue with the farmers market. The streets are blocked off for farmers market parking for the folks that are working there, but none of them use those spaces. And so what happens is you can't really park in the bottom. It's at the same time that we run open play programming, which has a minimum of usually 30, I mean, it's 30 players that are there, and they're there for 2 hours. So what's been happening a lot is people are parking there, our staff included, and they're getting tickets and towed. It's come before. We've had a lot of people. I mean, I get this question as much as I get, like, can we have validation on the rooftop for parking? I get that a lot as well. But I think it's kind of coming to a head a bit with players. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's a bit of an issue on Mondays at Plummer Park, and it would be something that would be great if they either can leave the street vista to allow people to park there, or maybe even make parking, extend it to 3 or 4 hours on Monday for the bottom lot, for the south lot on Santa Monica, would probably ease a lot of tension. Also wanted to check in on, and obviously this would probably fall into facilities, but LED lights at Plummer Park. The lights up the roof were replaced. They look wonderful. It's so great for nighttime players. A lot of the older players have vision issues, and I think that the lights are a little bit out of alignment with sort of given the quality, the excellent quality of everything else at Plummer Park. It would be nice to see. I know I think it's happening. I've been told it might be 2 to 4 weeks. It might be the end of the year. I'm glad that's happening. That's something that players are asking for on a constant basis. So we're really excited that that's going to be happening and hope that that's moving quickly. When we were when we won the concession bid, one of the things that came in front of council was they approved on there that we would get some dedicated pickleball courts. And that's something that the community definitely wants. We were waiting on a noise. There was going to be a noise survey that needed to happen first. That was Commissioner Meister had asked for that, and that's been a year, and that's not happened. So I don't know. The rec staff, has worked hard and said that we want to do it, but that's something that needed to get guidance from council. Am I over my time? Is that why I'm speaking?
Your time is up, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of other things I'd love to talk about, but those are kind of the main things that are pushing out that we're hearing a lot about. So thank you.
Thanks, Max. Any other comments? All right, thank you. And item number 13, items from commissioners and subcommittee reports. We have the look-ahead calendar and tracker. Do we have anything on that?
Your time's up.
That's always here on the agenda, just to reference the look ahead. I haven't heard any changes tonight at this point, but should there be one, we can talk about that.
Okay, great. And I think Commissioner Carlos was going to update us on the Kings Road Park Visioning Ad Hoc Subcommittee.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The Kings Road Park Visioning Ad Hoc Subcommittee met on 9/18. The subcommittee decided to move forward with a landscape architect to, my words, not theirs, holistically evaluate the park to see where and how the new children's play area fits best into the park's space. And in the future, we'll be doing outreach meetings with the community. And if you want to add anything.
Vice Chair.
Well, just to piggyback on what you said is that we're looking at it and we wanted it to, whatever is done in that park, to fit seamlessly into the park and how it's already activated and being used. And with this new landscape architect, we are hopeful that they can see the vision that we've discussed.
Great recap. Great recap. All right, and we'll start down here with Commissioner Cottrell. Any items?
No items.
Okay. Roger, Commissioner Rogers?
Nothing really. I just want to echo the Monday parking situation, but I've been talking about that ad nauseum, so still a problem. And otherwise, I don't have anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Carlos?
Thank you, Chair. First, I'd like to welcome our new Facilities and Field Services Manager, Philip. We're excited to have you, and we're looking forward to working with you on the commission.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Looking forward to working with you as well.
All right, thank you. I do have some others. So at our special meeting on August 26th, during general public comments, resident Wendy Goldman spoke about problems with sidewalk obstructions and the need for improvements on Sunset Boulevard. Has staff looked into that at all, and is there any update?
We did look into her concerns about the trash containers on the sidewalk. And real estate is difficult on the sidewalks up there. We looked at all the different aspects of it. So if you're sitting down waiting for the bus, then you would need to stand up to see the bus coming. But then if we move the trash can, then we have other issues that would come into play. We had our traffic engineer go up there and take a look. So we've looked at those. We've responded to her in the past and said that the placement currently is the best placement in their opinion for the trash cans. And she was talking about the trash cans in regards to our purview.
Okay.
As in public works.
Thank you, Helen. There's more. So I did want to thank Helen and the staff for the new paint job on the library. I kind of watched it go on for, felt like a long time, like a couple of weeks or something.
Oh yeah, they're still finishing up. I don't know if Kevin wants to give a quick update on that, where we're at with the painting.
It looks beautiful. It looks brand new.
We're probably 90% complete. They finished up the painting, but at the same time we're doing the painting, we're also recaulking around the windows. So there's additional work that you might not be aware of, but so we're really close to finishing. Probably end of the week, middle of next week is what I'm hearing, barring any problems that may arise, right?
And no more pasting signage up there anymore, huh?
Lessons learned.
Yeah, we had to do it once.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
Sure, no problem.
That's great. And I got basically that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Rania?
I have a couple of things. I just wanted to thank staff for the tour at the last meeting, which was amazing. It's so incredible to see our facilities that we have in our purview, and never having seen the pocket parks are so cute. They're really lovely spaces. And the old Motown building is amazing. It was really a trip to be inside there. So that was really cool. Thank you so much for that. Also, I attended the opening of Holloway House, which was really wonderful with some of my fellow commissioners. It was great to see you guys there. People commented on my post about it, how wonderful it was for our city to be doing this for community members, and how much needed it is, an asset for people that are in need and to help them get back on their feet again. And it was really, the design is amazing. The rooms are wonderfully spacious and well designed, and I thought it was really cool to walk around there. I was walking to the bank the other day up Orange Grove between Fountain and Sunset, and the sidewalks are a travesty. I took a bunch of pictures that I'm happy to share, but they're so bad. They're the roots are coming up through the sidewalks. The sidewalks are pitched like this.
That's LA, I believe.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Okay. And then since I was over at the City Hall right now, I noticed how fresh the building across the street looks. It looks really cool with the new paint job, and some renovations already made to it. It looks really nice. So that's all I have to say. I'm sorry I was late. I apologize.
All good, thank you. Commissioner Krishna.
I don't have any items, but thanks staff for all the presentations today and the work.
Thank you. Vice Chair Jackson.
First, I want to welcome Philip to our little family. We try to do good things here, and we try not to be difficult. That's the most important thing, is that we try not to be difficult. I also, because this was the second time we're hearing about the parking over on Mondays at Plummer Park. I used to live over there, so I get it. As a resident, Mondays was always just a nightmare if you move your car or if you go anywhere. So, but I don't think that's in our purview, correct? Because that's parking.
Correct. It's not in the purview. I mean, we can definitely get with recreation and see if we can find some creative solutions. I did hear something about maybe extending the parking in the south lot. That's something that may be achievable, I think. But again, we have a lot of conflicting programming going on not conflicting, but programming going on at the same time. So, but we can definitely chat with I think Levon's still here, and maybe have a conversation and see if we can figure out something that could ease the load. But unfortunately, parking is a difficult thing in all the areas.
I know, especially stressful on staff trying to get to work on time. So I get it. Holloway House, I went to the opening, and I agree with Commissioner Ranios. It was beautiful. It made you a little choke up to see that words have action, and that when you come together as a community, you can make things happen, and to help people who need help in our society, to just not a handout, but a helping hand. So I was really impressed with that. And then I have a question. When are tree trimmings happening? Because the trees are a little overloaded in my neighborhood. I've seen 2 different limbs fall down within the month.
Tree trimming is currently ongoing now. We started in September 12th, I believe. That being said, I don't know what street you live on, but we actually have 3 grids in town, and each tree is pruned once every 3 years. So depending on where you are, it may be up for pruning this year now.
We'll talk after.
Okay, yeah. So
because
we've been there to pick them up, I'm sure. So if you can give me a specific address, we can probably address that tree individually, right? Especially if certain limbs have been falling from that tree. But tree trimming's ongoing now, and we're currently in this area. We're hitting all our arterial streets at the moment, Santa Monica Boulevard specifically. But that being said, we will be getting our red zone, which is this southern west section of town. So we'll be hitting basically this whole general area, south of Santa Monica, west of Preston Heights.
Well, I'm in mid-city, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, we can talk later.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's all.
Commissioner Carlos.
Yeah, I do have one more thing to say. That even though we do have a new manager, Helen, please don't go.
No, please don't.
No, I'll still be attending the meetings. I of course want to be able to turn over the majority of the stuff, but I'll still be here for quite some time because, yeah, I can't go.
She likes
I'm
us.
begging.
She really likes us.
All right, thank you. I welcome Philip. Pleasure to and look forward to working with you. And thanks for the t-shirts. And then I just wanted to note the library had an event over the weekend as well on writers' workshops. And I was able to go in the Ruth Bader Ginsburg room, and you can see very well into the AIDS monument if you want to get a glimpse of what's happening there behind the structure as a preview before the event in November. That's all for me. All right, adjournment. The Public Facilities, Recreation, and Infrastructure Commission meeting is adjourned at 7:49 p.m. to its next regular meeting on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. in the City Hall Community Meeting Room, first floor, 8300 Santa Monica Boulevard, West Hollywood, California. Thank you all.
To get to where we are today, I think having gratitude for the progress that we've made requires having knowledge and an understanding of the history of the AIDS epidemic and where we've come.
One of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to the AIDS Monument opening is it's going to be a place to share those stories through the monument, but also with people